Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to Lek up there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. All right, now I want to get into a quick lesson based upon the impending doom, of that which is to befall America. All right, and I want to start off with the book of Isaiah 54 and 16, and it says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy." Now, what ultimately is that waster? What ultimately is one of the top creations that can do ultimate damage? Whenever the Bible talks about, woe, 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 giving reference to those world wars, what creates the ultimate damage? Heavy artillery, weapons, most importantly in today's time, which is heavily emphasized on, is nuclear capabilities. All right? Nuclear capabilities. So the nukes is what's going to bring the impending doom, or was awaiting the doom for America. And is an example from the show, I don't know if brothers ever watched it or not, but the show, the 100. I mentioned this before previously, but in the show 100, they had one of the episodes entitled The Sword of Damocles. And when you look up the Sword of Damocles, it was basically like a storyline to paint a major point. And in that story about Damocles, he was in the king's court, and basically, he had a spot within the king's court, and he had the opportunity to sit at the table. So he told the king, or basically, he would like a chance to have a seat at the throne. And the king basically asked him, and he was like, "Are you sure this is what you want?" So he allowed him one time after that to sit in the king's seat. But little to Damocles' surprise is that there was a sword dangling over his head and instruments of war on both his sides. So he was scared, and all of a sudden he didn't want to sit in that seat no more. So that was a parable basically to let you know that if you sit in that top seat, destruction is always around you, and destruction is overhead of you. And this is what is the impending doom of America. In that episode, the impending doom of the world was nuclear capabilities that destroyed the earth, in that episode. And that's what it's all about. So we know what's coming to this world. We know what's coming to America. The world should know what's coming to America. The elites, Esau, they know what's coming to America. Ultimately, that's why they put these things in the different TV shows, so on and so forth, right? And this is going to be all you other nations' chance, to drink of the same cup that we have been drinking from as a nation of so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans for far too long. Because that sword has been hanging over our head, very fervently, throughout our captivity, So this is what's going to bring your society to an end. All right. So this is the book of Jeremiah 25, and I'm gonna start at verse 14. It says, "For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of themselves also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to the works of their hands. For thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at mine hand, and cause on the nations to whom I shall send thee to drink, and they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them." Okay? And what is that sword? That's the nuclear destruction. That's the World War III. That's all the plagues that are coming to Babylon, just as the plagues came onto ancient Egypt. Okay? Which is going to make a lot of these people flee from America. Not going to want no parts of America, for that simple fact, because America has been that cash cow. But when they see it's time to cash out, you best believe they're going to be dashing out, man. Because majority of these nations, anyway, they make the money over here and they send it back to their respective birthplaces or countries of where they're from. You know, so I want to go to. Damn, I just lost my train of thought. Slack here. I want to go to Isaiah 13. Okay, and this is the further back the point, and to go a little further, is Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one to into his own land, which backs up the point in which I was just stating, right? Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. And this is for the ones of our people that is joined into the society, holding hands with America, these other nations, and believing that, you know, salvation is for everyone, and so on and so forth, hooked on the philosophies. You know, you're ultimately going to be in that same boat of impending doom along with America and its inhabitants, okay? Verse 16, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bulls also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity of the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. So what is going to break men into pieces, shall dash men into pieces? It's not going to be a bullet wound that's going to dash a man into pieces, even though bullets, depending on, you know, what type of artillery and things can actually do that. But ultimately, it's going to be bombs, it's going to be missiles, it's going to be, you know, all of that's going to be dashing men into pieces, man. All right? Verse 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And how was Sodom and Gomorrah overthrown? Fire and brimstone. So that is the impending doom that is coming to America. The scriptures speak all about it, but yet people don't want to hear these things because it will shake up whatever plans that they have here for America or for their life here within America. You know, no one likes their plans foiled. Like when you watch old cartoons and shit, and you know, you have a villain, and he'll be mad that some so-called good guy or whatever, or some superhero foiled their plans. You know, no one likes when anyone foils their plans. You know, but there is no plans to be truly made here within Babylon. Temporary plans, but long-term plans. Hey man, long-term, America is in for long-term. All right. So this Jeremiah 50 and 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. And that's primarily dealing with Russia, because they're the big brother to so many of these other countries that want to rise up against America and that wants to tear America a new asshole. All right. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And Chaldea shall be a spoil, and that spoil, all that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. So this is all getting into America being destroyed, man. This is all what this is referencing, you know? But you tell people how in the scriptures that America is mentioned as, you know, these other ancient kingdoms all wrapped into one, they can't see it. When it's plain as day that everything within the society is completely opposite against the Lord. That everything that they do is opposite of what the Lord actually requires us to do. And the mindset that they want to have you in is contrary to what the mindset of the Lord that he wants us to be in, right? So this is verse 29. It says, call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, all that have that nuclear capability, all right? All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done, do unto her. For she hath been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. And that is the ultimate doom of America, for its pride, for its rape, robbery, murder, death, and destruction against the Israelites, and everything that they've been doing to tamper this world. The world will be restored, but it has to be by the death of Babylon, aka America. All right. So with that, I hope this segment was edifying. And I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to Lek out there doing this work of faith and live with love and true sincerity. Shalom.